What's up, everyone? Welcome to Among the Fence, my YouTube channel where I do music reviews. My name is Aaron, and today we're going to be checking out the new album Disparity by the band Ocean's 8 Alaska. It has been 5 years since we got the masterpiece album that is Hikari, which was the band's second studio album. It's kind of weird that this band has been around for 10 years and they only released 2 studio albums. They've been around since about 2010. And they didn't have to jump over some hurdles in this time, though. Their vocalist, James Harrison, would leave the band after their debut album at the end of about 2016 after touring, but he was replaced by Jake Noakes, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, who would prove to be an absolute powerhouse on their sophomore album, which is Hikari, that came out in 2017. In the middle of 2019, they announced that they were working on a new album, and they released the song Metamorph, which revealed the return of James Harrison since Jake Noakes parted ways with the band to pursue his dream of having a tattoo business, and they're still all on good terms, and we wish the best for him. And I consider Ocean's 8 Alaska to be an absolute gem in the metalcore community. They've proven to be very creative using different instruments like lutes, and they have strings, and they use it in a very impactful way that stand out, and they definitely over the years, at least for me, have made their way into a lot of our hearts, and they just sound so good. So this album was highly anticipated, at least by me, I would say. The album opens up with the song Paradigm that has like this dubstep kind of beat and like a cool vocal piece. The distorted vocals sound absolutely nasty as the drums and the bass push the song forward. The drums definitely have a very compressed quality to them, which is also a trait of Ocean's 8 Alaska's. Their drummer, Chris Turner, is known for being absolutely insane on the drums and having almost like a robot kind of quality to his style. The breakdown is absolutely gnarly with a cool guitar melody playing in the background. Then we have the song Nova that has like this kind of suspenseful intro that explodes as it goes into the verse. The guitar has like this alarm kind of sound to it, and the pre-chorus is snarling vocals and blast beats. It sounds so freaking good in the first half. But then it kind of cleans up a little bit as it gets into the chorus that has powerful, clean vocals that sound phenomenal. I love the rhythm and the dissonance in this song, and it feels like it just keeps building and building until you get to the breakdown, and the outro is just pure bliss with a colorful melody and very, very catchy, clean vocals. And Metamorph, like I said, is the first single that they released, marking the return of James as their vocalist, and he even asks as the song is opening up, "Did you miss me?" And yes, we did. The production on this song stands out a lot to me, which is kind of weird, but it makes sense because this song was released 2 years before the rest of the album came out, and I just love how aggressive this song is, especially in like the syncopation and the progressive riff playing throughout it. The chorus has like this really cool swelling effect on the clean vocals that normally I would find cheesy, but it works so well. It comes in so powerful, and I just can't get enough of the chorus. Then we have the song Shallow Graves. It comes in with the really dynamic sounding guitar part that flows well with the vocals. And the pre-chorus is kind of calming with the synth sounds like mixed in with the cleans. The chorus has woes in it, which again, normally I don't like, but it sounds so good accenting the distorted vocals. And the vocals in the bridge have a lot of variety to them before it gets to a really kind of inspiring sounding outro and chorus. The song Soul has a really chill intro, and the vocals are kind of snarly while the music is calm in the first half of the verse, but then the vocals get really, really low. The chorus is strong cleans while the post-chorus is kind of ethereal and has like this dreamlike feel to it. There's a melody playing in the background of this song that pops up every once in a while. It reminds me a lot of the lute that plays in the song Escapist off of their last album, Hikari. Then we have the song Dead Behind the Eyes, and it comes in all crazy with insane drums and a crazy guitar riff. It reminds me a lot of something that After the Burial would write, and it features Eric Vanlerberg, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, from I Prevail, who gives this song, he gives it that kind of deathcore quality and vibe to it. Plus, this song is just an absolute chug fest. It sounds so good. The song Plague Speech keeps that kind of deathcore theme going with nasty vocals and a scratchy riff, lots of chugs with a ton of dissonance to them. The chorus kind of gives you a little bit of a breather with some clean vocals, but then it just becomes a straight up hardcore song with just like a very, very open breakdown. Almost sounds like the song is over because there's so much space and just everything slows down so much, and it's so freaking heavy. Then we have the title track song Disparity, which is basically, it's just an instrumental, but it has like this lo-fi kind of thing happening, and it feels like, I don't know, I feel like it's a section in like an anime where like the main character would be walking through a forest, kind of has like a Japanese kind of theme to it. And we have the song Empty Spaces that really keeps that Japanese theme going to its sound, but the vocals are just so raw and passionate singing over this kind of melody, and the chorus has like lower vocals to it that sound great, while the guitar melody just keeps going in that. And I love the musical progression of this song. It just becomes more and more aggressive as it goes on. It starts out really pretty, where just the vocals are really just in your face, and like I said, very raw, and then the rest of the music kind of joins in with it. New Dawn has really low chugs, but even lower vocals in the intro. The verse is really crazy with the drums and the guitar playing off of the rhythm. It's a super short song, but it's very heavy, and I feel like this will be a fan favorite in the live audience. Then we have the closing track, Hallucinogen. It's got strong drums in the intro that kind of fade in and out. As they changed, it also have like a synth vibe to them when the distorted vocals come in. This is definitely my favorite riff on the entire album, but this song goes through a lot of different transitions anyways, from being really aggressive sounding to being more relaxed and calming, specifically in the vocals and just the overall feel of the song. And the music has a lot to do with that as well, but just the whole song, it really keeps you on your toes. As soon as you think, okay, the rest of the song is probably gonna be distorted, or okay, now it's gonna be more calming and chill, it switches right back. You really don't know where it's gonna go next. This is an okay closing track to me. Lyrically, it wasn't really there for some reason. Like musically, it also feels incomplete. Like they leave you wanting more, but not really in the sense of like, oh, it was so good, I want to hear more. You literally expect another song to come after it. It just doesn't feel like this is the end of the album to me. I really dig the entire atmosphere of this album. The production doesn't really seem to be the same on every song, which is kind of weird, but to me it adds more variety to the songs than it would if they actually changed up the sounds of the songs. The vocal variety though throughout this whole album is just absolutely insane. I wasn't really feeling the higher register, distorted and snarly kind of vocals, but the lows on this are just so freaking good. The songs were all very complex. They were all very well written with just incredibly talented musicians playing very, very complicated stuff and weird timings and all of that. However, the only thing that I didn't really like about this album is just how compressed everything was. Like it made it feel like the drums and all the other instruments were just artificial. It made it all sound like it was synth. But this is also what Ocean's 8 Alaska is kind of known for. I mean, they just have that really compressed, genty kind of sound to them. If you listen to any of the other albums, this is what they do. So I can't really knock them for that in a sense. However, I do feel like they didn't use that many unique instruments and unique sounds, at least not in the sense that I'm used to, which kind of helps break up that feeling of compression that the rest of the music and the rest of the instruments have. They did use it, but it just didn't get as strong as a showcase as I was hoping. When I was going to this album, I was like, man, I really hope they have this really cool like pan flute or something. I don't know. I didn't really get it. However, the rest of the musicians and all that, they completely delivered. It's just, like I said, that compression, it really... it makes it hard for me to want to listen to more than like 5 songs off of this album. But I will say that this is probably my favorite album that they've released. Listening to it from front to back, there's not really any song that is skippable to me. I mean, they're all worth listening to. They're all fantastic, and each one has its purpose. There's no filler stuff in this whatsoever. Even the instrumental Disparity, which I didn't really... I mean, it was there, but it definitely adds to just the atmosphere of the last part of the album. It finds its place in there. And I feel like because it's there, it still helps this album feel like it's a whole. So with all that said, I gotta give Disparity by Ocean's 8 Alaska a 7.9 out of 10. But I want to know what you guys think. There's a lot of fans that are kind of split on this album of it being their best or they like their earlier work more. So yeah, leave a comment below letting me know what you thought of Disparity. Let me know what you would rate it and what your favorite song is. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a like. If you want to help support me and my channel and you want to see more, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon. It helps me out tremendously and getting really close to 1,000. where when I do reach that 1,000 mark to celebrate, I'm going to make a video going as in depth as I possibly can, describing how I go about doing my music reviews. So I'm pretty excited to do that video. And I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day or night whenever you happen to be watching this. And I will talk to you guys next time.
I was trying to make it like